Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to sew a wrap top. Look at this, it's so beautiful. It's actually two ways. So the first thing to do is to measure your shoulder. You divide your shoulder by 2 and then you measure it. I actually used 8.5 inches for this person's shoulder, and then you, at the point where the 8.5 inches stops, you go ahead to measure your armhole. I used 9 inches for this person. I'm actually sewing for someone that is of a big size, so I used 9 inches for my armhole. Where the armhole stopped, I actually drew like a sketch of a straight line. I'm still going to board it later, and then I go ahead to actually divide my bust by 4 and then have 2 inches seam allowance, and then I'm going to just indicate it just like so. That's for my bust measurement. So I'm going to draw a straight line at the bust measurement. There are different ways to this, but this is just a very easy way to go about it. Now, after drawing, I already indicated my bust. The next thing to do now is you can go ahead for the waist, but for me, I'm just going to go ahead and indicate the top length. I'm so sorry, it went off the camera. So afterwards, I actually measured my half length. The half length of the person I'm sewing for is 16 inches. So I'm going to draw a straight line just like so. So we have like 3 straight lines. So sorry, it went off the camera. The first one is the bust line, the second one is the waist line, and then the third one is the top length. So I'm still trying to show you guys what it looks like after I added 2 inches allowance. I have 13.5, and then your waist also divided by 4, and then you have 2 inches allowance to it, and then you just indicate it just like so. So the next thing to do is to draw a straight line to join both the bust and the waist with the top length together. This is very easy, guys. It's just straightforward. Just follow the tutorial. So I'm just trying to bold in the armhole so that I can actually bring out the cuff. Now I went in by half of an inch so that there will be like a perfect cuff at that part, and then I used my French cuff to bring it out. So I'm just going to cut out just like before taking your measurement. It's important that you fold your paper into 2. I'm so sorry, I didn't have enough paper here. So the next thing to do is to minus 4.5 inches or 5 inches at the upper part just like so, and then draw a straight line, and you can go ahead and cut it out. Depends on how off you want it. You can make it 5, you can make it 6, depends on how off you want it, but I made this one 4.5 inches, and then you place it on another paper which is going to be your front piece. So we want to cut out our front piece, so either 6 inches to the front, which is going to be the wrap that will be around the waist of the person. It depends on how big you want this, but the average measurement is 6 inches. So I'm cutting out the sides just like so. I'm cutting out the armhole just like so, and then I will go ahead and cut out the upper parts also just like so. Don't forget that I'm using the back to measure the front, to cut out the front rather. So now the next thing to do is to come down by maybe 2 inches. So we're coming back down by 2 inches from that upper part to achieve a curve at the front. Don't make this too deep if you don't want it to be exposed or revealing at the bust side. So I'm coming down by 2 inches, and then I'm drawing a straight line to this 6 inches that I measured earlier, and then I'm just going to do so. So now this is my French curve, and I'm trying to achieve the curve at the upper part. Now don't forget that it's the 2 inches. I started from the 2 inches I measured earlier, and then I achieved the curve with the French curve. So I'm just going to cut it out just like so. Now after cutting it out, I place it on my fabric, and then I'm trying to attach it with the pin to make it really stay, so that I will have a perfect curve. So I wanted to have I wanted a perfect curve, and that was why I actually did that upper part where the curve is like so. So I cut out a little piece of paper from it to just achieve a perfect fold. Now I fold my fabric into 4 to achieve the sleeve length. I think the sleeve length is about 26 inches, and then the breadth is about 18 inches. I'm so sorry, I didn't measure that in the camera. So I'm placing my front piece on the armhole. Now look at that side that I showed you guys. The other side, there's no cutting at these 2 sides, but the one where I'm going to be cutting the armhole from, there's already a cut there. So that's going to be my armhole side. So I'm just going to cut it out like so. You will say that there's just only one cut. I'm just trying to cut out the second one, so make sure that the other side there's no cut in there, so it will fit perfectly for your sleeve. So I have my front piece, my back piece, and also my sleeve for both sides. You can see how long my sleeve is. I used 26 inches to make it really long because I'm still going to fold in allowance. So I made a mistake while cutting this for the back piece. You can see that there's a joining there. So yours is just to fold your fabric into two and then place it on it and make sure that there's no joining. So the next thing to do is to measure my darts where I want to put my darts. I measured 5 inches and I notched it just like so. I notched it. That's where the dart is going to be. So I'll go upward by 5 inches or 6 inches, and then I'm going to seam that place. I'm going to sew it straight just like so, and as well sew the front piece. I'm going to fold it in. I'll fold it in like that, and then I'll run a stitch straight round it. I'll do the same thing on the second one and also add that to it as well, so you can see what it looks like. Ta-da! I've added that to it. I think I went up by 5 inches, added that to it for both sides, and I also run a stitch around the edges of the fabric. You can see that it's already giving the wrap vibe, right? Look at the middle. Just take a look at. Just take a look at. See how neat the stitch is. So try as much as possible to iron it to make it really come out nice. So that's it for, you can see the darts. I'm trying to show you guys what the dart looks like. That's 5 inches. I just folded the fabric into two like that, and then you know that we added 6 inches around, so you make sure that that one is still outside to achieve your dart. So that's about the front piece. The two darts. So this is the back piece. I already added that to the back piece as well. I think I went up and then I folded the upper part also. I seamed the upper part also for the dart. So I'm going to be joining the two sides together, both the front and the back piece. I'm going to be joining the two together. So the first thing to measure is your bust divided by 2, and then you go ahead and measure it. You measure your half length, and when your half length stop, you measure your waist, and then you run a stitch just straight. And then I went ahead to also run a straight stitch on the upper part where the elastic is going to be entering. You see that I made it actually a bit big, so you cannot use like 1 inch or to make it big. So I've actually added the two sides, the front and the back piece together. Look at how it is. Is it giving? It's giving. Okay, so this is the sleeve. I've gone ahead to also stitch the upper part and the downward part where the elastic is going to be passing through for the upper part. So I'm trying to measure 16 inches upward, 6 inches upward, sorry. Then I'm going to draw a straight line. That is where my elastic is going to pass through. That's, you know, we have two elastic. One is going to be for the up, and then the other one at the edge of the sleeve. So I'm measuring 8 inches for the elastic. Actually, minus 1 inches from the shoulder. The shoulder is like 9. I minus 1 inches, so I used 8 inches for the shoulder. Like that's after you've divided your shoulder by 2. So I'm going to use this office pin to insert the elastic into my sleeve, just like so. Quite easy, guys. In fact, even if you don't listen to this voice note, it's very easy for you to just watch everything I'm doing and replicate it. It's very easy for you to get what I am saying or what I'm doing, or to understand what I'm doing. So just insert the elastic inside just like so. So guys, please subscribe if you've not done so. What I'm haters or not, if you're Yoruba. If you know Yoruba, I just said that what I've said, like with all the things I've said, I want you guys to subscribe. So the next thing to do now is you see that I've added elastic to the downward part and then to the upper part. So I've done a straight stitch to join the sides together. So I'm just going to measure my armhole just like so. You know, we use the same measurement, but I still want to make sure that it's perfect. So I have 6.5 inches for the armhole side after I have joined both the front to the back, and then after joining this one as well, let's see what we have here. I also have 6.5 inches. So you can see that it's very easy to then join both the body piece together with the sleeve, because they are of the same measurement, right? It's very easy to join them together. So we'll be joining them together now. We'll go ahead and join them together, the sleeve with the body, that is the actual top. Now you see that I actually joined it from the armpit, and then I'm just going to run a straight stitch joining the two together since they are of the same measurement. It's actually very easy to join them just like so together. So guys, the date I was giving you, please subscribe. Please, please, please. If you've not subscribed, please try as much as possible to do that right now. It goes a long way to inspire me, honestly, guys. That is the reason why I put so much effort into this. So you just go ahead and run a straight stitch joining those two together just like so. Now you can see what we have here. I've joined it together. Both the fronts, the two sleeves. Now the next thing to do is to add rope to our waist part. So this is the rope. The length is about 33 inches, I guess. I think it's 30 inches I used. Okay, 30. Okay. So, and then the breadth is 4.5 inches. I use 4.5 inches. So I'm going to be folding it just like so, and then I'm going to run in a straight stitch on it to make it thick. So for the two ropes, I'm actually going to be making use of two. So I'm going to fold this one also like so and run a straight stitch. I'm going to be running a stitch on the edge of the top as well at the tip. So the next thing to do after joining my rope, after sewing my rope and then sewing my top as well, I'm just going to join the tip of my rope to the tip of the wrap top of where the wrap is. I'm just going to be joining that is after I've actually sewed my rope. So I'm going to be joining to the tip just like so, and I'm going to be running a straight stitch on it, and then I'm going to be top stitching it as well after joining it again. So let's see what we have here. Tada, look at it. Come on, come on, come on. This is so beautiful. So I've joined the rope, you can see, and I neatly ironed it. I'm still going to go ahead and iron afterwards. So I've joined the rope for the two sides, and I've joined the sleeve before. So that is what we have here. Come on now. So guys, thank you so much for taking our time to watch this video. I am sure you learned one or two things. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my video. Suggest what would you like me to do. Or you can see you in my next video. Bye. I love you. Bye.